I guess the first question I have is tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into running.
A little bit about myself. My name is Daniela. I'm 16 years old. I just turned 16. I got into running in middle school in eighth grade when the coach wanted me to join a sport. And at first, I didn't want to do track, but then surprisingly, I happened to be kind of good at it. And so from then, I started working and getting faster and PRing. And now it's kind of something that I want to do in college. So that keeps me motivated.
That's exciting. So what's your favorite event you like to run in?
My favorite event is definitely the 800 meters. It's the event I think I'm best at. The 400 is probably a close second.
That's nice. So do you ever do any of like the mile, 2 mile, or do you only show on like the middle, like the mid to like short distance races?
Mostly just mid distance. I have done the 2 mile, but that was back like in my freshman year. The mile I do sometimes. I'm gonna run the mile at nationals, so the mile and the 800 probably be my main events. Those two.
That's exciting.
Mhm.
So I get so I don't know why I'm blanking on the question. What would you say? Did you also do cross country or just do track?
This year I didn't do cross country. My freshman year I did do cross country. I didn't think there was that big of a difference. I think I actually improved without doing cross country. But this year the plan is moving forward to do cross country just to help me with my endurance a little bit more and have a solid base.
That's nice. I guess what do you most love about the 800?
Um, well, I love a lot of things about it. Um, I love that it's not too long but not too short. It's most definitely an endurance and speed based event. I like the girls who run it with me, like my teammates. They definitely make it more fun. And I think it's just getting faster every year. It's an event that a lot of people don't like maybe watch a lot. Maybe the sprints they watch those more, but I think the 800 is becoming more of a sprint, more of a dash. So I think that's definitely why I love it so much.
That's good. So are you close with all your teammates?
With my teammates, yes, I'd say I'm really close to them. One of my teammates, she just committed to Iowa. I love her really much. Yeah.
Um, would you say that you have a lot of people like running the 800 on a team with you?
I would say so. Well, with my team, San Antonio Swift, the team I'm running with right now, the club, there's a lot of different groups. So they separate the hurdlers over there, they separate the jumpers. And so my group, I'm specifically with the mid distance. I'm training with them. So everyone there does either the 400, 800, or the 1500 slash mile. So we definitely train and work together on what events we do. And yeah,
How's that going?
it's going really good actually. So I'm going to go to Houston in a few days just to compete at the AAU Nationals. So we'll see how that goes.
I what's your goal for it?
My goal for the AAU Nationals is definitely to PR. I think I've hit kind of a like a downhill slope. I haven't been PRing as much as I'd like to, so I think I've been working really hard in my training and I've been doing a lot of hill training. So once I arrive at the AAU Junior Olympics, I'm just gonna give it all I have, and we'll see.
Is this like your first big competition you've been a part of? Was
I would say yes, but I also did the AAU Nationals last year, but I did USATF, so it's kind of the same, but I think AAU is a little bit more diverse and has more competitors, more competition.
so do you think that you can like me get like top get like high placements in it, or just going for like time more than placement?
I would say I'm definitely going more for time. As of right now, I'm ranked number two, so I think place is just gonna come with my time. But I think I'm looking more for not the win, but a faster time, a PR, just so I can, you know, have good progression and show the college coaches that I'm progressing within my time.
So do you know where you're gonna college yet, or are you still looking?
I'm still looking. I'm only a junior. I'm a rising junior, so obviously I still have a little bit of time. As of right now, I am looking into some D1 schools in Texas and out of state as well. So we're just gonna see what God has in store.
Great. Any ideas of what college you want? To,
What kind of college I
like, what,
want?
like, what do you want to study and stuff like that, or do you just too
Oh,
know?
I'm not sure yet. I would like to go the business route just because I love everything there is about business, being your own boss. But I also like neurobiology. I like learning about the brain and its function. So we'll just see. I'm not sure right now.
That sounds smart.
Yes.
Um, so how is it like balancing your academic and athletic life going?
It is definitely difficult, I would say. Being a student athlete, especially at the higher level, can get hard sometimes. Just, those mental barriers. But I think finding balance and working through it is part of the journey. And sometimes I have to remind myself to be in the present moment and enjoy that I have the ability to be a high level athlete as well as be a student because there's some people that don't get that luxury.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So do you think you could see yourself as anything but like a track runner, like doing other sports, or do you think like are you glad that you chose track as your sport?
I definitely do not see myself doing any other sports. I've tried other sports just for fun, but I think track is the sport I'm going to stick with just because of where I am right now and where I see myself in the next 2 years. Mm, and I'm glad that I chose track, or I always say I think track chose me. I think it was God's sign that I should have done track. So yeah, I'm going to stick with it.
That's great. Are there any
Mhm.
events that you don't compete in now, but you just like to try out just to see what they're like?
Any other sports I'd like to try out?
Any track events you like that
Oh,
you,
any track events. Um, I would say just in the area that I am right now, where I am currently, I don't think I'd try any other track events. Maybe steeple, just because it is in my range, but I think it would be a bad idea just to go explore. Because right now I'm going through the recruitment process, so I have to like solidify what I'm gonna run in college.
um do you ever do like the 100, 200, or just
No, I've never done those events.
so the only ones you've done is 4, 8 and 2 mile?
Yes, correct.
Um, do you have a favorite race that you've done so far, like a specific race that you've been a part of?
A specific race, I would definitely say the Border Olympics in Laredo. They have an annual event every year here in Texas, down in Laredo, and I love being a part of it every year. I'm definitely going to do it next year. It's going to be my third year doing it, my junior year. And I really like the atmosphere and I like traveling with my team down there. And I think it's a fun event just to try to, challenge yourself, especially in the heat and meet new people.
Um, I guess speaking of the heat, do you find training in the heat like how do you prefer prefer like dig like I guess like if you had your way, would you prefer it being hot, cold? Like where do you most prefer temperature wise?
I would definitely prefer the cold. I think I'm kind of biased because, or not biased actually. I live in Texas, so it's really hot, and since it's hot every day, I hate the heat. So those like 2 months that we have that are kind of chilly and cold, I like those, and it's definitely more fun to train in the cold. And this might be a controversial opinion, but I hate the heat. I don't like the heat.
I don't like I think for me like I hate the heat too.
Yes,
Like yeah, like if I'm like on the ocean, like I don't know if I'm at the beach or like going tubing on a lake or something like that, then I would love it to like I want it to be hot. But if I'm like,
yes,
running, running, I'm like, yeah, I don't like it because like even though like maybe like just like quick walking it, you can't really like feel how hot it is, but like especially the longer you go for a run, I truly feel like you can actually feel it in your lungs and like and like even though like I don't think it's gonna like cause like detrimental loss to your to how you perform, but like it definitely, I would say unless you're like used to it running, like unless you're like your body has completely adjusted to it and like well di diverse with well into it, I guess it's very hard to not slow down and like struggle a lot. Because
I definitely agree. Yes.
I remember that I was running went for a run last night and it was like at 7:20 and I was like, surely it's going to feel good by now, but still felt hot.
Yes. Yes.
Like I think I prefer like 40s, like 40s, 50s maybe is what I would prefer.
That's a good, yeah, that's good weather.
Or just
Good temperature.
or this one might be not, but might be controversial, but also kind of like cloudiness, cloudy weather.
I like cloudy weather too. Yes, I agree.
Just because I feel like yes, it's like yes, when it's like pretty and sunny, it's like it's more pretty right now, but it's also like makes it less fun to run because like I'm not gonna run when it's 90 degrees, feels like over 100 degrees,
Yep, yep, yep.
and then that's another problem is that like it's like I have things for the first half of the day, so then I'm like, well, it's like 2, 3, 4 o'clock. I guess I'm just gonna wait another 3 hours till it gets cool, cooler.
Yep. You have to beat the heat, you know?
Yeah, so it's either get up at like 6 a.m. and go for a run, which is probably better, or
Yeah.
like 7, 8 o'clock at night till it cools down.
Yep.
And both those really suck because like I don't want to get up that early in the morning because I feel like I always struggle more when I'm running in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But also don't like it. I think prefer the night run, but then the problem with night runs is that it ends up pushing my time to eat dinner so much later.
Yep, I agree. Definitely.
So it's like so that's definitely the hard balance of like I've been doing night runs, but it's just I just wish I didn't have to wait 3 or 4 hours just for it to cool down, and I could just run like at a normal person time, like run 3 or 4 o'clock, and then
Mm-hmm.
happens after that, and rather than waiting for it to cool down, because it's just
Yep.
hot.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also why I love the winter time, because like you can go whenever you want to, and it's not, or usually you can go whenever like the temperature doesn't really affect it that much.
Mm-hmm.
Although also the I think all I'd also say, and another reason why I like the why I prefer cold is that always say that when you're cold you can easily warm up, but when you're hot you can't really do anything about that except suffer.
Yeah.
Um, I had someone else to ask, and I lost my thought.
Okay.
Okay, this is here's my I do you think running and your religion have like go hand in hand at all? Like, do they help each other at all?
My religion and running?
Yeah.
Yes, I would say my religion definitely has impacted my running just because I feel like now I run for God and there was a time where I would put track above God, and I realized that real fulfillment comes from Jesus. So as long as I give my strength to Him, I give my worries to Him, He will help me in my running. And now I run for the glory of God, not for myself or for accomplishments.
That's what I think too, because like, especially now, because like I remember like when I was at the end of like a senior of high school, I was like really like I felt really good. I was running some great times, but then like freshman year, I was running decent times, but they weren't really improving. Like I pretty much did a same spot for like for a couple of years, and then like end of the sprint, by the end of the spring of that freshman year of college, I was like, I feel like since then I've been kind of like declining rather than inclining.
Yeah.
So like now, like I back at like when I was senior year, I was like so concerned about pace. I was like oh, I have to be running this exact pace or it's a bad run, or I'd get vague time like oh, I need to be a certain time or something. Well, now I'm just like, well, because I have no, I guess I have no like being on not being on team no, which has been hard. Just like
Mm-hmm.
not having that team bonding, I guess, or team bounding, I guess. I don't know what the word is I'm thinking of, but like binding to a team. So like it kind of like makes it a little less stressful.
Yep.
But like I think I definitely do wish I was on a team because
Mm-hmm.
even though I don't think I don't think that's the sole reason why I've reduced so much. But now I've just learned this thank God for giving me the ability to even run because I feel like I'm not saying he's taken away my ability to run. Like I don't want to say that because I know that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
almost want to say that like I'm being this may not be at all what's happening, but like almost being in a way I'm being humbled. Like I used to be running so much times faster. Now like I can't even now sometimes I can not even keep at a certain pace I could easily hold when I was like a couple of years ago. So just knowing that like I used to have the ability like there are several people who probably like hundreds of people that like wish they could run at all, but due to whatever circumstance it is, they can't run. So even though I'm not as where I should want to be, I should be thanking God that I even have the ability to run at all because it could easily just like be like take it all away in a heartbeat and and they could just never run again. So
That's a good way to look at it. Yes.
which I hate look which I mean like not hate looking away, but just something that I'm trying to teach myself more of. Oh, like yes, you may not be where I want to be. Like I think I'm definitely not as fit, not as fast as I actually I know I'm not as fast as I used to be. But I just gotta say, you know, I just be thankful for what I have because there are a lot of people that probably are my age that would love to do what I do, but just
Hmm.
for some reason that can't. So trusting God is just definitely I need to be working more on just like thanking God for the ability to, and when I do those good times, to not say, "Oh, I did this." I should be something I need to do more of because I don't think I've done as much as I should. Is say, God, thank you for letting me do this time because I could totally don't have to like anything can happen and I could just not be running. So just thank you for letting me be able to run.
Yes. Yes. Amen.
Um, do you find running helpful for your mental health?
I would definitely say yes. Running does help my mental health just because it releases dopamine, obviously, and it makes my body feel better. It releases brain fog. There's a lot of benefits to it. Of course, sometimes the components that come with running, like being tired or being sore, sometimes that's hard to navigate, obviously. But I think if I didn't have running, if I didn't have something, I didn't have a goal to achieve, I think people need a goal to achieve because then your brain doesn't know how to function. You know, you need to keep yourself busy. So I think that track, all in all, has helped me with my mental health, my physical health, my emotional health, my spiritual health, everything.
Like I think I think for me it does and it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like it does and doesn't for the same reasons. Cause like for the reason of like yes, I want to set goals, whatever they may be, but like almost feel like I can get like I can get too much ahead with that, and then be like, oh, if I don't set this goal, like oh, suppose I run like I say I want to run, I don't know, like a 2:15 800 time, and I
Mhm.
2:20, and I'm like, oh, I'm really upset.
Mhm.
So I feel like or like I so like that's definitely a problem about as I get too much of a head. Like I focus too much on the things, but then if I don't have a goal at all and just say, oh, just don't do that, then I kind of have nothing to strive for. So just
Exactly. Yeah.
yes, just having the goal, but like don't be like, but so my mindset's in the way of like, oh, I have this goal, but like as long as I try and I'm gonna try my best to get this goal, but if I don't but but if I don't get it, I know I try my best, and that's really all that matters.
Mhm.
I'd hate because I would say it hurts. It sucks more when I have a goal. I know I can do better, but then because I just give up mentally, I just don't come to the goal. So just knowing whether or not I get the goal or not, all that matters is that I try my best because that's really what's gonna help me improve. It's like did I finish my run or workout or the race? Like I may not have gotten the time I wanted or the placement I wanted, but did I give all I could is what I need to focus more on.
Mhm.
Um, have you ever been injured?
Injuries. I have had one injury. I had it this year. I've had like minor injuries like shin splints, but the one I had this year was my peroneal. I think that's how you pronounce it. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but my tendon down at my ankle. It definitely impacted me throughout my season just because it was hurting and I would have to stop my runs. And I didn't think I was going to be able to run at districts. So if I wasn't able to run at districts, I wasn't going to be able to go to state. Thank God that I was able to run at districts and go to state, but it definitely was challenging, but I think it's what brought me closer to God, honestly, because in that time, in the times of injury or whenever you're hurt mentally, physically, whatever it is, I think that's what draws you closer to God, just because you have him there to help you throughout these challenges, and honestly, you just get back up from it and you learn so much and you grow as a person.
So I guess it's a weird question, but are you kind of glad they got injured then? Did I?
Um, It's not a weird question. No, I actually am glad I got injured, because I learned from it. Now I know how not to get injured next time, and thank God the injury wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. I was only out for about 2 weeks, and I learned a lot in those 2 weeks. So now I know moving forward, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do in my strength training? All that, and just learning how to listen to my body because I feel like at times some people don't, and the injury is a warning to yourself that you need to listen to your body. So a lot of athletes definitely need to listen to that. And I was one of those athletes that was not listening to my body, neglecting it, and maybe not taking as much rest as I needed to.
And I'm guessing now that you do a lot more resting and stuff, and not more thinking.
Yes, yes. I take about 2 rest days per week, which a lot of people might think is too much, but it's what works for me. And a lot of people need to start taking rest. If it's only one day complete rest, even if it's three, just listen to your body and you'll perform better with more rest.
So you have definitely seen improvements in your running since
Ye-
taking this time.
Yes, yes.
What made you decide going two rest days rather than just one?
I think with research and talking to my coaches and just listening to your body like I had said, and I think my body, I work really hard. I put in the miles. I do high intensity rather than like high mileage, low intensity. So I think with where my training is, I need those 2 days of rest. And it's been working for me, so might as well keep doing it.
Yeah. Um, so is that more of like a you like you decided that's best for you, or was it your coach telling you, oh, you should take 2 days off? Was it more of them telling you, or you just acknowledging it for yourself?
They recommended like almost all coaches and all like Instagram pages, all websites, one rest day, but I decided to take two just to let my body fully recover throughout the week. So I'll usually take off Wednesday. I'll do active recovery, of course, and then Sunday I'll do complete recovery. So the other days I'm working really hard, but once I get to Wednesday and Sunday, those are the days that I take it easy.
So is it hard for you at all to not do anything like active those days?
At first it was, but now I've gotten better at it. And if I do need to do something, I do yoga or I go on a walk. I do something easy just to get that blood flow, or I distract myself mentally, like do a puzzle, paint something, because you have to separate yourself outside of track. You have to do other hobbies rather than running.
Um, have you found yourself like a good community of runners outside of just your teammates, like other teammates, or like other teams runners that you race against?
Have I like been friends with them?
Yeah.
Um, yes, I would say so. I do meet a lot of people at meets. Obviously they're more of like acquaintances, not like best friends. But I think it's fun meeting new people and getting to hear their stories, how they got into track, and just seeing how diverse track is. I think it's a really diverse sport, and being able to meet people with different backgrounds, different stories, different ethnicities. I think it's very interesting, and I definitely love that about track. It's one of my favorite things about it.
And something else I love about track is that unlike other sports like basketball, tennis,
Mhm.
stuff like that, like you need certain equipment to do it. You
Yep.
all really as long as your 2 feet work and you have a land to run on, or
Yep.
you really can unless it's like complete like a mountain or
Yeah.
Like unless it's like that, like you can like you ideally should have shoes, but really you don't technically need those. Like
Yep.
like just one of those I think it's one of the only sports that like actually you can like go do any to anywhere anytime, which is nice because like other people's sports like you need a certain equipment, you need certain locations to do it. So like they are more restricted and like if they go travel somewhere, they it's harder for them to practice. Where like us runners, it's easy for just go outside and go for a run.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I love that about track.
And also about the people thing, I would say like it's just so cool, like especially like the longer you do it, I would say is that like to me, I don't know if I'm like always could because I'm super because I'm super social, so
Hmm.
it might not be a super popular opinion, but something I always love doing is that I always loved looking up who was like the best runner at the meet or something, or who
Uh-huh.
runner. So like, I guess it's like getting close with some of the people. And I vividly remember like there was this other guy from another team that we raced quite a few times, and one day he just like because I got his number one time at a race, I texted him and he's like, "Hey, do you wanna?" I forgot how it started, but basically, like we ended up going, like he picked me up in his car, and we went out somewhere. And I forgot where we went, but we went out for a run somewhere, and
Hmm.
just like something that's not even on my team went to go for a run with me, and that's just so cool building like those relationships. And even like the first year of college when I ran for a
Hmm.
team, I always loved just like I didn't do this as much because I didn't have as many opportunities, but I always love like seeing how nice people are because unless like I'm sure there is like I can't think of one like if I thought hard enough, but like off the top of my head, if I think who my running friends are, like I cannot think of any bad people I've met. Like everyone's just so encouraging and
Yep.
just even so and even like I think it's cool is like when you have people from like other teammates.
Hmm.
Like there's this girl that like I saw quite a lot of races and
Hmm.
watching me meet her parents. And like I remember this one race, and I'm pretty sure her parents were cheering me on. She's like a girl's parents from another team.
Yep.
I'm like, well, just cheer me on. That's just really cool. Like how you can have other people that you don't even know that well cheer you on. That's just something I love about the sport. Just like it's just so how easy it is to make friends and like how encouraging, how hopeful they are. Like, and then like even if you like don't do what you want to, they're always like, oh, it's okay. Just keep the good work and just like keep keep training and this. They're not like, oh, you did a terrible job. You should be ashamed of yourself. They are really encouraging and help me become a better athlete.
I definitely agree. Yeah.
Um, I guess since you're going to junior year, do you have any like junior year goals?
Any goals for the new upcoming year?
Yeah.
Um, um, I've never really, okay, hold on, sorry. Like specific goals, I would definitely want to break 210. That's something I've been wanting to do since the beginning of the year, break 210, break that barrier in the 800 meters. But I also just want to learn how to find balance more. Balance within track, balance within my social life, balance within everything. I feel like balance is hard and I just want to see where I go in this journey. I want to get stronger. I want to have better endurance. Those are like general goals that I want to have. But specific goals, the only specific goal I have is to break 210 in the 800 meters.
Well, what are you at right now?
I'm at 211.
I think you can if you get it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yes.
Um, this might be more of a distance related question because I have done a few 800s, but I'm not like a super 800. But where do you like prefer when you do 800? Where do you like being in the crowd of the athletes that
Oh, I definitely love being in the front. If you watch a lot of my races, my race plan is definitely different than some other people. I've been thinking about fixing it, but I've also talked to my coaches, and I think it's what works for me. I like being in the front of the pack. I like setting the pace. I like leading, and I like closing hard in the last 200 meters. Obviously, there are some things I need to work on in my race plan, but getting out hard and maintaining that pace, I think that's how I like to run my race.
I definitely think for me that when I do track races, I always love to see. ideally if I can to see what the field's times are.
Yeah.
If there's like a guy who's way faster than me, I'm not gonna try to front lead it because I will just burn because he realizes I'm too going too slow, and then I will try to burn out, like
Mhm.
burn out trying to hold on to them.
Mhm.
I don't want to have the opposite reaction of like I'm like the fastest by like a lot.
Mhm.
Well, this is more of a problem I've had the 2 mile when like there's been like two other runners in it.
Mhm.
One's like at all where I'm at. So it's like I can't just let them lead it because I will be running like a time that I could do on a like an extremely easy day. So I think so that's why we love to know who's running the field, like who's gonna be in the field and who's gonna with road races is that I also love doing. It's hard to do that, but especially with track races, I love seeing where I am, my time is to see like how I race it. I guess
Mhm.
I never say that I definitely do the best front running it because something about just like me leading it just makes me feel more confident, and I just feel like I can actually do better when I'm in the front. Even
Yes.
it's harder, I guess, because you don't know where where like how close are people behind you? Are they like like right next to like they're right behind you, or are they like way behind you? That's definitely a problem that I've thing. And I guess this is not much a problem for you, but more so for me. But I would say that I always look at my watch, not always, but most of the time I look at my watch too much, and I just like, oh, I am off pace, so I kind of mentally give up, which I definitely find is a problem I've had quite.
Yeah.
So trying not to give up and just like even if I run a split that I don't like or that I know that I won't give me the time I want to just keep pushing on and just know that I can still run a good time even if I don't get the goal I wanted. I can still score points for my team and I can still run a good time. So
Mhm.
um so are you one of the better runners on your team?
On my school team or my club team?
Either. I guess both.
Oh, okay, both. I would definitely say just time-wise, looking at the times, on the roster of my high school team, I would say I definitely am the one of the better runners. Um, Um, on my club team, I would say it's kind of hard to tell because there's so many great runners. So we're all running around the same time. So if we were to compare all the runners on my Swift team, my club team, we would be around the same. There are definitely some better runners on the team. Like I said, my teammate Kayla Lyons, she runs 209 in the 800 meters. She's committed to Iowa. She's amazing. She's faster than me, but there are some runners that are running a little slower than me, so that's that.
I guess like do you prefer being one of the better ones or like where do you like or like prefer like being I guess middle or like not the best? Like where do you like what do you most prefer?
I would definitely say anyone would prefer to be ranked first among their teammates, but I think also being like in the middle or being at the bottom gives you that motivation and gives you that like urge to strive to get better. So having people with better times than you are always going to help you run faster, and like they said, if you train with people that are faster than you, you're going to get faster. So I guess it's a mental thing. Like you have to understand that there are going to be people you train with that are faster, but it'll help you in the long run.
I definitely agree with that. And
Hmm.
I think overall I would say I would love to be the fastest one, but don't be the fastest one by like a huge gap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I think if I was like if there was like a second or two behind me,
Yep,
then I'm like, okay, that's would like I am faster, but it's close enough that like we're pushing each other, we're still like we can
yep,
still help each other. Whereas like if I'm like fastest by a lot, then I'm like I got no
e-
one to push me.
exactly. Yep,
Which is the problem I had in high school is that with training because I was the fastest one in my school in the distance events by like a lot. So when I came to like workouts and like running, and like just like work easy runs, I always found it hard to um do those really well because like it's hard. I don't know if you've had to do this before, but if you do a workout when you're not with anyone, it's really hard to keep up those faster paces when no one's around you.
Hmm.
Either run faster paces by yourself and try to hold them, which is hard, or slow down to run with other people. But
But you
then,
get no benefit.
yeah, so it's like that's definitely a problem I really struggle with in high school. Is this,
Yep.
and now they're learning a lot better. Just like so, it's like it's I don't know, just knowing that balance is I think is a crucial balance. Like, don't be so it's hard to know. I'd say,
Mhm. Mhm.
um, when did you join your club? When did you join your club team?
My club team, I joined my freshman year. So in April, I joined April of my freshman year, and I've been running with them ever since. So I'm about to go into my junior year, and it's been really good. I've learned a lot from them.
What made you want to go on the club team?
Before that, my eighth grade year, I was at a club, a smaller club, and I think in any sport you want to do it outside of school just to learn more and make friends and do it during the summertime when it matters most, get that summer training. So I decided to join a bigger club, a more advanced club, I would say, a more middle distance focused club. And I was scared at first. But it turned out to be one of the best decisions I've ever made. I decided to get outside my comfort zone and I met a lot of new people. I learned a tremendous amount of things, and I'm so grateful for the coaches that have pushed me to be where I am today.
So I get so do you only run for them in the summer?
Yes.
Um, so do you have a lot of summer races that you do for them?
Yes, well, I do AAU. We're doing AAU this year. Last year we did USATF, and so those organizations they do a lot of meets throughout the year just to get you prepared, and then they have, of course, districts, regionals, and then nationals. I think that's the order. I might be wrong, but they have a few qualifying meets leading up to nationals, and it kind of is like it's like a mental thing because you have to go through those rounds and challenge yourself. Okay, I can hit this time and then I can make it out to the next race and then I can go eventually to nationals.
Um, what's it like running? Like, do you enjoy having the club team races?
I would say yes. At times they are really hot and really difficult to do and they're crowded, but I think it helps you learn a lot. You get to practice your race model multiple times and you don't get rusty. Like you're practicing every single week, and improving. Whereas if you don't run during the summer and then you go back to high school track, you can um you can start off not at a good place. You can start off unconditioned and maybe not have the work you needed to get to where you want to later in the season.
So is it still like good competitions in the summer?
I would say it depends on the meet. Just because it's AAU, sometimes the meets aren't the best. But I think leading up to the bigger races, definitely nationals, there's really good competition there. It's the best of the best.
Um, are there any other high school teams of yours that are in this club or just you?
I'm the only one from Taft High School, if that's what you're asking. I'm the only one from Taft. That's where I go to high school. But there's a lot of other schools like Brennan, um, Warren. I'm trying to think of it. Brennan, Warren, Brandeis, Health Careers that are in the same area as me. So I know some people from different schools that compete against my school during um, high school track.
So I guess what's that like having, I guess, teammates in the summer, but like you're racing against them in the school year, I guess. Is that what's that like?
It's definitely fun because you get to like train with them during the summer, but then they're on the opposite team during high school track, so it's kind of fun. But in a sense, it's also kind of scary because they know how you run. So during high school track, since they know how I run my races, they'll try to use that to their advantage. But other than that, I love it. I love seeing them during high school, and then I love training with them during the summer.
So is it weird seeing them not in the same uniform as you, like in the school, like seeing like because in the summer I'm guessing you guys wear the same uniform.
Yes, yeah.
That's kind of odd going from like seeing them in their school uniform to like in the summer being the same one.
Is yeah, it's definitely odd, but it's a fun type of odd because you get to see them with their school uniform, and like I said, it's really diverse. You get to see all the different schools, and it's kind of fun trying to make it out together, like trying to make it to state together. Although we're not wearing the same jersey, we always treat each other like teammates, and because we train together during the summers, it's like we never even left. We see them and we hang out sometimes outside of track, so.
Um, so are they all like relatively live like close by to you, or is it like a long, or is it like some people like away long distance from you? That makes sense.
Um, No, it does make sense. So to answer your question, a lot of people do live in the same area just because all the schools are closed, all the streets are close to each other. So a lot of the people that I train with do go to schools that are really close to my school, not even 2 miles away, not even 3 miles away. But there are some kids that do live a little bit farther, maybe like an hour away, just because the training is really good at where I am. So they come and they travel, they come to Swift and they train, and it's worth the training because the coaches really care.
Um, so what made you choose that club rather than like another club, if there are any other clubs?
There are other clubs in San Antonio, Texas, but I would say Swift is one of the more developed clubs. It is really like an elite training group. There's only certain people that can join the group. You have to have certain times, you have to have a certain mindset to be able to be a part of the team. Other clubs in San Antonio, I would say, aren't as focused as Swift. So that was definitely a big factor why I decided to switch from my small club to go to Swift, just because they have more experience coaching and I like the style of coaching that they give. Um, yeah, and there are other clubs for other people that have different mindsets, but I think with my mindset and where I'm leaning to, they help produce more college athletes, so I decided to stick with them.
So how is it different than like the one you were at?
The one I was at, I really liked that club. It was a smaller club. It was more individual, but I just feel like the the training, sometimes wasn't ideal. So it's nothing against them. They have a really good club, and I really love the coaches there. I'm still friends with them. I talk to them at the meets when I see them. But I think I needed something new, and get out of my comfort zone and join a club that had middle distance training specifically.
Um, so was there just like anyone shows up to do like how was the smaller one formatted then?
The smaller one, it was definitely a lot less people, and it wasn't really like middle distance based. I would say it's more sprint based. The sprint coaches had a lot of experience within their field, but middle distance, it kind of lacked that endurance and that speed and that grit. So going into San Antonio Swift, the club I'm at now, they definitely helped me develop more as an athlete and continue PRing, continue improving.
Um, so do you think that so is this only like for your time in high school and like you've done with them after high school? Or is it like keep going beyond?
Track, like continue doing it after
No,
high school.
it's like your club you're in now, like is it only a high school club?
Oh yes, it's only a high school club.
Um, so do you think, I guess this might probably you probably too early to ask this, but do you think that you would like to have people to run with like when you come like when you go to college and you come home for like the breaks, like we have people to train with, if you know.
Um, that's a good question. I guess we have to see until I get to college. I won't know who's gonna be coming back home. I think I could definitely find a lot of people here. There's a lot of people that go to the school. It's called UIW that I could possibly come train with. That's the D1 school that's here in San Antonio. I could train with them because I definitely see myself not staying in San Antonio and running in college here. So once I leave and I come back, I can definitely find some girls that I could train with when we're both on break.
Um, okay, so I guess moving away from like what kind of a academic subjects do you like to do in school?
Academics, I would definitely say I love reading and writing. I've always favored ELA more than any other subject. I just love being able to write down and express myself on a piece of paper, and I feel like I'm a more creative type. I'm definitely always looking outside the box. So I think math and science, although they are interesting in some ways, I wouldn't say they're my favorite subjects. I'd prefer art, ELA, writing, debate, those sort of things.
Um, I'm trying to think of if I I'm sure something else. It's definitely harder to like think of questions when you're so in. It's like I love it getting some definitely variety of people, but it makes it harder when you have less experience to like think of. I guess like um so like this is more of like a future based question, but I guess when you are like like later down the line when you finish your running and all that, what do you hope to have gained through your running journey?
That's a good question. What do I hope to gain? I think I've already gained a lot from it, and I hope to gain a lot more later on in my journey. I definitely hope, and it looks like I'm going to gain like financial support for college. That's definitely one of the main reasons why I'm still running and why I have big goals, because I do want to have college paid for or helped paid for. If I do ever run outside of college, like in in the professional league, I would definitely hope to gain more experience about myself. I think you figure out a lot about yourself when you do a sport, especially at the higher level, and doing it for a job would be amazing, but it's just God's plan, so we'll see.
Is that your goal to do professionally?
I wouldn't say it's my main goal. I'm definitely more focused on running in college, running D1, and I'm focused on where I am right now. But after college, definitely running professionally would be a really big goal if if I if I don't decide to do something else, and if I decide to follow my heart. But I know realistically you have to think, okay, what am I going to do if I get injured, or what's going to happen if that isn't the plan that God has for me. So you have to have alternate options. And I'm mainly focused on the present, so.
I'm guessing you hope you, I'm guessing, but you hope at least that you at least get to still be running at least some on your like even if not professionally, just on your own.
Oh, definitely. I think I'll always run. I imagine myself being like 60 years old if I reach 60. Being one of those grandmas that runs. I think running is such an amazing thing. It's such an amazing sport, and it just helps your body. There's so many benefits to it, health wise. And like I said, in every aspect of your life, you're always gonna be able to find comfort in running.
And that's kind of like why it's like even though like this kind of weird way to go this, but like this kind of why I started doing these little interview things because I was like, well, I have about a year left of college, and then who knows what I'm doing after that. But I guess it was like, what I think it was back in the spring, like
Mm-hmm.
when I first started. But like, I was like, let's just because I kind of want because I always love watching those post race interviews after meets or those commentators. So I was like, well, let's just start doing that now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, did like 10 or so back in the early spring. Then I also probably think because I'm bored this summer and I want some
Mm-hmm.
and also
Yeah.
to get more practice. I was like, let's just pick this back up again. So I just like it just like talking around to like athletes that just like which surprising I'm gonna love that actually reach back and say yes, which I find that it's just like you don't know me, you don't know so I think that just shows how friendly our sport is. It's like
Yep.
if you don't know me, you don't know like it's like and the fact that you're willing to do this is just that I've been I've just been like it's just so cool to see how many people are willing to just talk about their running, just talking about their sport, I guess. And it just
Yeah, of course.
helps me with my communication skills, helps me
Definitely.
and so like I can like hopefully like get to improve this and I guess kind of through like ideally like I was more of trying to focus on like the higher level, but now I'm kind of like looking back, I'm kind of like obviously I don't go interview like some like sixth grade or some like super young because like they're harder to do.
Mhm.
Kind of like am leaning more towards like a junior senior in high school too. Kind
Yep.
of not just even though I am a little older than them, and it might be a little creepy if it but like it's less of that. It's more the fact because I want like a wide variety of like
Get insight, right, from different levels.
just because like yes, it's nice having. I guess everyone like if I interviewed all like programmers or all college runners, it's going to be different because they're different people. But also at the same time, it's really not different because it's kind of similar in the aspect of the way they think, the way kind of they go, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Like high school athletes, so I almost kind of want like a high school athlete, just like because they're not in college yet, so they're younger, they have less experience, so like their view on it is different than like someone who's like in a college or pro scene. And I was kind of want like do like high school, maybe like college, beginning of college, end of college, middle of college, some recreational runners, some pro runners, just kind of like get the whole scope, just to kind of like see like, oh, how does a high school opinion on running different than the college runners? Because the same sports, same events. So like, how does the experience and how does their story, I guess.
Yeah, getting those different insights.
So I definitely so that's why I'm like I haven't more leaned more towards like any as long as it's not too terribly young. Just 'cause I think there was like that's why I think younger than junior of high school I think I won't go beyond under that. Just so I
Hmm.
at least have some like I don't want to do like someone who's just first starting out probably because it won't have much to say and how much to ask if you're just starting out. But I guess
Hmm.
like have like, at least a couple years or so
Hmm.
at least of experience just to like get this like oh and it's just nice because like yes it might be harder to do someone who has less experience but also get a new perspective of like how they see things and then kind of like what so then like when I'm like eventually decide to upload these because I keep prolonging that some um just like it's so I can eventually I can like I'm hoping is for like eventually someone like see like someone some place that hires interviewers or something like this sees my work and like says, "Hey, I've been seeing you've been doing these interviews with people," or like someone I interview happens to know someone in that world and that they can get me connected with them, or they can
Hmm.
show the video to them and they say, "Oh, that's a really cool guy. I'd love to have him on my team." So just like I don't fully know. So like and like yes, some of the things are hard. Like when I do interview people a lot faster because like 'cause I'm like, oh, I really wish I could be like you, but also just cool to know how talented they are. Just like knowing all the stories and just I've just enjoyed getting to talk to someone, just like learning about them, just like and
Yeah.
I guess if I'd get nothing else, at least just getting your friendship out of it, just
Yeah.
like people that like otherwise I would probably never meet, probably honestly probably never knew existed. Just like there's people some people that they've talked to like had I not done these, I probably would not have known they even existed. So that's why I just like do these random meets. So or even do some like foreigners, do them like some Europeans
Hmm.
to just like I want kind of like all all level, but like I guess like all levels, all nation, not all nations, but a mix of American, non-American, kind of a mix of those, and just like see where things go because I don't know what God has for me in a year from now. I may do something completely different. He may have something
Yeah.
completely different laid out for me, and I just don't know. But as of right now, this is what I think I want to do. This is what I think God's called me to do. I couldn't tell you if that's 100% true, but but it just doesn't. But I guess I just want to like have this experience in me. So like, if this is what God wants me to do as a career, like interviewing athletes or commentating, whatever, just to have that experience. And even if I happen to go another route, just these interviews with like they're gonna help me with communication regardless, whether I use this directly or not. It's still gonna help me whatever I do. So I'm just glad that like I can like get this practice in and just see, I guess what goes from there. I guess.
Yeah, I definitely like what you're seeing in your vision. I definitely agree that it's a good thing and it helps you work on your communication skills and getting, you know, the insight on different athletes from different countries, different backgrounds. So, yeah, but I think it's already been a little bit over an hour, so I think I'm gonna have to go if that's okay with you, unless you have a few more questions, but
I think that's all I got. So I guess
that's all you got.
oh, where'd you go?
Mm.